Hey fam, I'm back. Done Mother Amanda. 2 days in a row. Yeehaw. Yep, that's all right. Trans woman versus women. What's the truth? Part 7. And I'm going to be going into what the real differences between trans women and women really are. And why some might believe that trans women are the same as women when we're really not. Um, so I guess let's get into it. Okay. Now, the big thing is yes, trans women were born male. Okay. Our biology was and still currently is male. Okay, it's a biological fact that will never change. Ever. Okay. Some of the reasons that people believe that trans women are the same is because people in the medical field, uh, along with others, are trying to convincing people that biology is not real and that it doesn't matter when it does matter. So biology didn't matter, nobody would transition because we could just automatically change and not have to worry about biology. That's not true. Truth is, and I'm saying some of these arguments can go for trans men versus men as well. Okay, for us to transition from male to female, we need medical assistance. Okay, like taking prescription medications. Sometimes you take testosterone blockers and estrogen. For males, it's taking testosterone. Um, but yeah, and then then to complete the transition, medical surgical interventions as well. Okay, and if biology did not matter, we would not need to take prescription medications to change how our body acts and for our bodies to change the way it acts. Okay. And without surgical procedures, we wouldn't get a lot of the development that women were born with. Okay, breasts. Okay, trans women's breasts are not the same as women's breasts. Trans women can't. Well, yeah, we can. It's just it doesn't mean it's any good for breastfeeding. Okay, I think that's abusive to children when what trans women are trying to breastfeed children. And it's not good. It doesn't give the child the infant the nourishments and nutrients it needs. Okay, if we could automatically change and biology did not matter, we'd be able to just change and grow a vagina and uterus. Well, we can't grow a vagina and uterus. Can't change that without surgical intervention. We can get a neo vagina, which is a vaginoplasty surgery. Trans women have not received uterus transplants yet. Maybe it'll happen, maybe it won't. I don't know. If it does, that still does not mean we are women. Because if we were able to be women, real biological women, we would not need medical intervention. Okay, biology still matters afterwards. Okay, because if we don't stay on a medication that we're given to maintain our health as it pertains to transitioning, we get sick. Then our original biology, our male biology, starts to take over again. And it's the same for trans men. If they stop their medication, their female biology starts to take over. Okay, now we will never be able to go back to the way we were before we were transitioned. A lot of the characteristics from pre-transition will come back. Okay, women don't have to shave their face. Trans women do until they get all the facial hair removed with electrolysis or laser hair removal. Biological women don't grow 5 o'clock shadows because they've grown beards before and mustaches. Biological women don't do that. Trans women do until they get electrolysis, facial electrolysis completed, or laser hair removal of the face completed. Trans women were not born with the ability or potential ability to get pregnant. The only ability that a trans woman was born with is the ability or potential ability to impregnate a female. Okay? Current moment, trans women cannot get pregnant. Trans women do not get periods. The trans women do not have menstrual cycles. It just doesn't happen. It's a lie when people say that we do, when we don't. Okay, we get abdominal stuff going on. Yes. It's probably time to go use the restroom when you get abdominal stuff going on. Might have a stomach bug. Might have an intestinal infection or something. And if you're bleeding from down below, you need to get medical attention immediately because it is not a menstrual cycle. It is not. You could die. Okay. What's a damn shame is people that are convincing trans women that they're the same as women when we're not the same as women. There's a reason why we're trans women. Because we're not the same. Never will be. Okay? All right? And we can be seen as women because of medical procedures, medication, surgeries, feminine appearance, feminine mannerisms, and acting as if, and appearing as if we were women when we're still male, biologically male. And there's nothing wrong with still being biologically male. Okay? Because what it is that we actually trying to do is to fit into the world as if we were women. And that's totally okay. There's nothing wrong with that. As long as we hold on to knowing what the truth about ourselves is. The truth is, we were born male. Biologically, we're male, and biologically, we will die as a male. The only thing that we've done is gone through medical procedures and social procedures to be perceived as women, not actual women. It's an insult to women when trans women try to say that we are actual women when we're not. Okay? And at the heart of it, I know we all know what the truth is. The truth that this is the truth, that I'm telling the truth. Okay? The insanity of this type of insanity has to stop. Okay? Because it, like, you see, there's justification why children are going to be banned from being medically transitioned in America, and there's justification for that. It does them harm. Okay, and if we keep going down this road of believing that we're actually born women when we weren't and we aren't, there's going to come a time that they're going to ban everybody from transitioning. And banning us that have gender dysphoria from transitioning is going to do more harm. Is going to do extreme harm. Okay. Now, I brought up children. Okay, there's things we can help children with: mental health, therapy, antidepressants, anti-anxieties, guidance, compassion, and care. Let them know that they're going to be okay, and they can transition when they begin to reach 18. If it persists, when they get to the time that they're legal adults and can make those decisions for themselves after they've grown and had physical and emotional maturity to be able to understand what they're asking to have done better. Because we all know as children, we didn't all totally understand what was being asked, especially if it's something like this, a medical transition from male to female or female to male. Okay, there's certain things that we don't let children do that are not even close to as drastic as medical transition. Okay, we don't let children smoke. Don't let children play lotto or lottery. Don't let children gamble. Okay, we don't let children drink alcohol. Okay, but why is it okay that a child can medically transition when that stuff is not okay? And that's not nearly as drastic as a medical transition. Biology really matters. It really does. It does not change. Okay, now, another way to know it doesn't change. If you know somebody that was trans and passed away, and somebody doesn't know that they were trans until they take a look at the bone structure. The bone structure will say that they were male, not female, even after a medical transition. It doesn't change. It doesn't change. All that changes is the instructions medication gives the body. The estrogen instructs when trans women get more estrogen than testosterone, it instructs the body to bring on a feminine appearance, female appearance. Softening of the face, the softening of the body structure, a little curvier. helps with breast development. Okay, it changes what the body is told to do. And it's the same with trans men. The testosterone changes what it tells their body to do. Straighter, more inline, boxier, more muscle mass, facial hair growth. It instructs the body to do something different than what it was born to do. Our biology does not change. Our biology is in the DNA. And we haven't figured out how to change the DNA after birth. It hasn't happened yet. I'm not saying it won't sometime in the future. Right now, we're not close to that yet. Okay, what we may be close to is trans women being able to get uterine transplants. Okay, still doesn't mean our bodies were meant to carry a child, to get pregnant and carry a child, because the rest of our bodies are still based on male anatomy, based on male DNA. And male DNA was not designed to achieve pregnancy, carry, and deliver a child. Okay. Now, yeah, trans woman can get pregnant. Would have to also have a C-section for the child to be born, because the pelvis region is still not wide enough for a birth canal. Now, there could probably be medical things that can be done to help with that, but a bone structure in the hips and pelvis area was not designed for that. It just wasn't designed for that. Okay. Women were not born with a prostate. Trans women were. Can we have our prostate removed? Yeah, we can have our prostate removed. Still doesn't mean that it still does not mean that we're not biologically men or biologically male. I'm a biological male taking on the appearance and mannerisms of a female. Okay, and I've learned to be okay with that. And I had to learn to be okay with that because it's still a biological fact that I'm a male appearing and living my life as a woman. Okay, I can't do the things my mother, my sister, my aunt's uncle, or any other female has been able to do and is able to do. Okay, it's can't. And I'm too old to get a uterus transplant if it ever becomes available before I pass away. And I've already got biological children, and I'm okay with that. Okay. Yes, I would have loved to have been born female and gotten pregnant and give birth to my own children. I'm okay with the way I have gotten my children. I'm good with that. I really am. Okay, and I would not want to go back and change that, even if I could. Okay, it's a lot of the life that I lived as a male, I enjoyed. Gender dysphoria got to be too much, and I had to do something. And the something was go to therapy and then start to medically transition. I went to therapy for 2 years before I started hormone replacement therapy. And I tried to live as if I were already medically transitioning during that time frame. And I was able to start medically transitioning with hormone replacement therapy. I've had a couple of surgeries, transitional surgeries, breast augmentation and vocal surgery, vocal feminization surgery. And all that consists of is shortening the the vocal cord length to get a little bit higher pitch. And my voice probably still sounds doing some of these recordings still probably sounds to me it sounds quite male. And I'm still trying to work on where it sounds more female while I'm doing these live streams and these videos. I'm saying is there things that we cannot change, that cannot be changed. There's things that can be, so that we can live a life of comfort, some kind of comfort, so that we can live as trans women, live a life that resembles how we really feel at the core of ourselves, that we wish we really were. Trans women is a fact. Being trans women, it's a fact of life for some people. Being trans man, that's a fact of life for some people. Okay. I don't necessarily believe that in trans children, although that there are children that have said that they were trans and have grown up that way and carried that into adulthood without medically transitioning as a child. Most of that 80% or more, minimum 80%, going through puberty grow out of that. And most of them are the LGB, or maybe even straight, heterosexual. Trans women are not biological women. And I really am sorry that upsets people. I truly am. I wish it was different. I wish it could be different. I wish it could medically be different for us. I wish it could be medically different for me. It can't be, though. We haven't got that far. Medical science hasn't got that far yet. Maybe someday it will. Where chromosomes and DNA structure can be changed to be that legitimately and biologically, but biologically we're not. There's a reason why we're transsexual. And it happens to deal with real biology. Because biology is a fact. Still is a fact. Born biology is a fact, even if you transition. Born biology still remains what it was at birth. It does not change. What changes, like I said, is with prescription medication tells the body to do the opposite. Tells men to feminize. Tells women to masculinize. Doesn't change the biology. All it does is change the way the body operates. That's all. That's all it does. Just changes how the body operates. It doesn't change the DNA. It does not change the genetics of how we were born. So I don't know. It's disheartening. It's sometimes it can be disheartening, and I know I truly believe. Trust me, I get it. I really do. I wish I could really be a biological female. But I can't. I can do the next best thing, and it'd be good enough, and it'd be good enough, and it can work, and I can be okay with it. And that's taking medication that changes the way my body is instructed to develop. I can get surgeries to help feminize even more. And that's okay. Do I still have gender dysphoria? Yes. Do I still get depression from the gender dysphoria? Yes. Do I sometimes get depressed because I can't be a biological female? Yes. Do I wish I could be a biological female? Yes. Reality is can't. And I have to learn to be okay with that. And I have. And I am okay with that. Because I dealt with it. And I talked with therapists and different kinds of therapists. I know I've seen some non-gender therapists, and I've seen gender therapists. Okay, and I've told the gender therapist I'm still a biological male. That's not going to change. Sorry, it's just, I refuse to believe it because I can't. It's not the truth. I have to believe what the truth really is currently at this time in the development of human medication or human medical services. Medical science has not figured out how to change the biology of people. We were not born asexual. What asexual really originally means is you can change from one sex to another in a single sexed environment. Humans could never do that. Now, maybe medically, they might medically be able to figure out how to do that, how to help accomplish that sometime in the future. Maybe. I don't know. I'm sure there's people. I'm sure there's biologists and doctors and all that still working on that. And that's pretty cool if they are. I'm pretty sure they are. You know, because I don't think gender dysphoria or gender identity disorder is ever going to go away, ever. It's still going to be a small part, a very extremely small part of the total population, and I mean extremely small, because technically it's less than 1% of the world population. Okay, what people want to see about Transgender, okay, some transgender people do medically transition. That would make them transsexual. Transgender was originally meant to take the place